It's week 6, the NHL's in Sweden, Sidney Crosby is still a beast, and William Nylander wants to get paid. Let's cover everything that happened in week 6 of the NHL. The Leaf Cup parade is in full force right now, and William Nylander is leading the charge. The guy is red hot with a 17-game point streak. He's second in NHL scoring. He put up 5 points in 2 games in his home country of Sweden, and it included this gross OT winner to win it against the Wild. Nylander is in a contract year, and with every game that goes by right now, that price tag just keeps going up. The NHL Stadium Series wasn't only great for the Leafs, as the Ottawa Senators came in and won both of their games. Timmy Stützle does his best Jose Bautista impression and bats this one out of the air to win the game in OT. Shout out to James Reimer here for just ducking out of the way, making sure he gets on the highlight reel. The Sens were lucky to win this one because they had a 4-0 lead on Detroit, and then Detroit rallied to score 4 straight goals and force it to OT. These two teams have a sneaky good rivalry brewing, and with them competing for a playoff spot this year, we could get a lot more good games out of them. Now, it turns out that all Alexis Lafreniere needed to be a good player was just some time to develop. Wow, who would have thought? A little bit of confidence and a change in coaching, and he looks like a completely different player. The Rangers in general right now look like they're for real this year, including Artemi Panarin. With the way that he's playing, he's definitely going to be in the Hart conversation. Guy shaved his head this year, started shooting a little bit more, and now he's having himself a fantastic season. This version of Panarin looks more like the one that came into the league and absolutely torched it in his first couple of seasons when he was on the Blackhawks. The Rangers are also without Hedl and star defenseman Adam Fox, and they're still finding ways to win games. That's a sign of a really solid team. Now, the Oilers fired their head coach after beating Seattle, and Connor McDavid was absolutely pissed. McGM wasn't happy that people thought he was pulling the strings behind the scenes, and it looks like he's channeled some of that frustration onto the ice. The Oilers went on a mini 3-game win streak and then lost 6-4 to the Lightning, a game in which McDavid and Draisaitl recorded 0 points. Goaltending remains a problem, but it should really concern Oilers fans that McDavid just hasn't looked like himself. He's probably playing injured, but right now, he's on pace for his lowest point total with 76, and more importantly, he just isn't generating as many chances as he has all throughout his career. They made a coaching change, but with how far they are behind, it may be too little, too late. Arturi Lehkonen goes into the boards here hard, and it's a scary incident, but he was okay and he will miss several weeks. That's a tough loss for a contending Avs team. They struggled a little bit after having a fantastic start to the season, but they've won their last 3, so it looks like they're starting to get back on track. The White House did their traditional honoring of the Stanley Cup champion in the Vegas Golden Knights, and Joe Biden is probably confused why all these people are in his living room. The Golden Knights got off to a ridiculous start, but as expected, they've slowed down a little bit as of late. This team has all 4 lines that can roll and play, and they're still relatively healthy, so I'd expect them to just remain at the top of the league all season. Sidney Crosby recorded his 16th career hat trick and extended his point streak to 9 games in the process. Him and the Penguins went on a bit of a run, winning 5 games in a row, but then proceeded to lose 2 straight, even though Crosby is doing everything he can to get this team to the playoffs. We did a video on how they've tweaked their system to better suit their aging core, but whether or not the overall speed and youth of the league is too much for them remains to be seen. Kyle Connor continues to be the silent assassin of the NHL, but he is tied with Matthews for the league lead in goals, and no one really cares, probably because he plays in Winnipeg. Sorry Jets fans, but at least you get the pleasure of watching this guy cook every single night. Just flat out has a nose for the net and remains the quietest star in the league. It seems like the Jets don't get talked about much in Canada due to all the other headline hogs, but they are a solid team this season. They sit 3rd in the Central, and anytime you have a goalie like Connor Hellebuck, all you need to do is make the playoffs and anything can happen. Now, I'm convinced this Ducks team is trying to get a 4th Mighty Ducks movie made because they continue to be one of the most exciting young teams in the league. After coming back in the 3rd period to beat the Preds, it's already their 6th third period comeback of the season. Everyone thought that they got screwed on this no-goal call against Florida the other night, and they ended up losing by 1 goal, which made it even worse. But overall, the Ducks continue to impress me as a young team, and now all they need to do is change their jerseys back so I don't have to look at those puke-covered jerseys that they currently have. If you know a Sabres fan, make sure they are okay this week, because I don't know how you can cheer for this team and not have crippling depression. Tage Thompson sustained an injury and he's likely to miss some time. The team is below 500 despite expecting to take a step this season and finding a way into the playoffs. Connor Bedard is red hot right now. Kid is getting comfortable and it should terrify the league that he's only 18 years old. We did a breakdown on him earlier this week and why he's starting to look really good even though he's only had a handful of games at the NHL level. So make sure you check out that video after this one. The NHL is also discussing possible changes to overtime, and speaking solely for myself, if they don't extend 3-on-3 OT, it's a damn shame. Love the shootout, love some of the moments it's brought over the years, but 3-on-3 is just too damn exciting to not have it go on a little bit longer. But you can count on the NHL to absolutely fumble this decision. Bo Horvat also made his return to Vancouver after being traded last year. He got emotional, scored, it was all great, but ultimately Canucks fans and the new captain Quinn Hughes would get the last laugh off of this ridiculous shot in OT. Just beats one of the best goalies on the planet so cleanly that he didn't even move. The Canucks continue to roll while the Islanders continue to struggle after going 2-4-4 in their last 10. Milan Lucic got arrested following a domestic violence incident this week, so he'll be taking an indefinite leave of absence. Feel-good story of the week though was James Hamblin scoring his first NHL goal and pointing to the sky saying, "I love you, Mom." It's Hockey Fights Cancer Month, and Hamblin lost his mom to cancer in 2017, so it was really nice to see him have that moment during this month. The Bruins are on top of the league again somehow. This damn team and that winning culture should be studied, except, of course, in the first round of the playoffs. But now we're really starting to see who's for real this year and who will likely ride the struggle bus for the remainder of the season. The basement has the Sharks, Blackhawks, and Oilers, and it's not like the Blackhawks and Oilers have enough generational talent. They may just need one more to actually be great. Noted locker room cancer JT Miller is on top of the league right alongside Elias Pettersson and Quinn Hughes in scoring. Kyle Connor and Austin Matthews are tied for goals with 14, and Avalanche goalie Alexander Georgiev leads the league in wins. So what did you think about week 6? Anything surprise you? What team do you think is for real and what team isn't? Let us know in the comments down below, and if you want to see any of our deeper breakdowns from this past week, click on any of the videos on the screen here.